to raise funds, the family is supporting a pair of online fundraisers, a GoFundMe set up by Goncalves' former boss, Jeremiah Shea, and a Give, Send, Go campaign from a family friend named Brooke Miller. That's according to Christy Goncalves. And she says the money raised will go directly to getting us answers, as well as helping to pay for Kaylee's final arrangements and her celebration of life on December 30th. The family had previously held off of announcing any memorial plans because they were afraid that the killer would be at this event. They're trying to get any tips that they can. They are a heartbroken family. I do not blame them for trying to find any information on this. And Stephen Goncalves, he's upset. And once again, he dropped another bombshell that the police have not let us know. He said that Kaylee Goncalves, she had big open gouges that were clearly the work of a sadistic male. And he called the police cowards for not sharing more with the public. Stephen Goncalves, he asked the coroner, Kathy Maboud, how many times the victims were stabbed. She says, "Sir, I don't think stabs is the right word. It was like tears. Like this was a strong weapon, not like a stab." She said these were big open gouges. She said it was quick. These weren't something where you were going to be able to call 911. They were not going to slowly bleed out. And so that's why Mr. Goncalves is so upset. He is fighting for answers. Now, Moscow police, they are working with the FBI and Idaho State Police, but they haven't named anything or anyone, and they haven't gotten a murder weapon there. And so he says that, as I mentioned earlier, his daughter's injuries definitely did not match Mogen's wounds. They may have individually died from the exact same thing, being stabbed, but there are more details. He would share that. They're not even close to matching. The knife slashed open Kaylee Goncalves' liver and lungs, he said. He is quoted, "They're just being cowards. There are girls walking around the street right now that deserve to know. They should be looking out for a sadistic male." The grieving father, he paid for a copy of his daughter's death certificate, which included some of the details of her injuries, but he doesn't know whether his daughter or Mogen were the targets. He said, "I have my own suspicion." And you can see this is the aerial picture that the police have shared of the movement of them, of the kids. And he said that his daughter and Mogen, they were ambushed in their sleep and found in the same bed, according to the coroner. Goncalves, he surmised that they died in Mogen's room on the 3rd floor because there are photos of Kaylee's room with no blood on the bed. He added that his investigators didn't obscure the windows in his daughter's room like they did for the other victims. Although the coroner told Goncalves that the victims died quickly and did not suffer, he said he's not convinced. Kernodle, who had defensive wounds, and Chapin were found on the 2nd floor of 1122 King Road. It was a hell of a battle going on down there from what the coroner told us. Now, here's the truth about that. Did we even know that Kernodle was the one with the defensive wounds? I didn't know that. That's the first time I'm knowing about that. We knew somebody had defensive wounds. That leads me to believe that someone else did that. That is, to me, mind-blowing. Kernodle had the defensive wounds? Kernodle's the girlfriend of Ethan Chapin. They were sleeping together on the 2nd floor in her room. Wow. Which is probably why the comment came earlier about he did not have to go upstairs, thinking that Zaina was the target. And so I find that pretty interesting as well. And so Mabu, the coroner, when reached by phone, she declined to comment on any information that she disclosed to Goncalves. The coroner told him that the perpetrator was a strong individual, but police have yet to identify the gender of the killer. And Mr. Goncalves, he said, I got outraged by them not just coming out and saying this was a woman or a man, because they should know by the amount of strength it took to deliver the injuries. They're just being cowards. There are girls walking around the street right now that deserve to know. That's what he's sharing. He's upset. I do not blame him. Police said in a statement that they will not comment on or release specific details of the crime. Public Information Officer PIO for the Moscow Police Department, Robbie Johnson, he said police said in a statement that they will not comment on or release specific details of the crime. He says, "It is what we must do to preserve the integrity of the investigation. We want more than arrests. We want justice. It takes time to do it right." And Johnson said police are encouraging good safety practices in general and are not focusing on a specific threat to the community. This is where it is hard to fathom why they're not even sharing maybe a little bit more. But truth is, they should not jeopardize their case. They need to keep this as much as they can. Now, Stephen Goncalves, he is a hurt dad. He is upset. When he woke up, his world was turned upside down, and now he wants answers. My friends, I want him to have answers as well. He deserves answers. I'm Manny Rodriguez, and at the end of the day, I just want to be another voice for these victims. These victims are taken from this world way too soon. They didn't deserve this. If this is the type of content you like to follow, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Click on that like and hit that notification bell if you want to get reminded of whenever I go live or I upload content. My friends, this is not about me. This is about being a voice for the victims. This is about keeping you alert what could go wrong in this crazy world we live in. Which also goes to why the Mr. Chief Fry and others are saying stay vigilant. Be aware of your surroundings, basically, because anything could go wrong in a matter of minutes, even if we are vigilant, right? My friends, I'm Manny Rodriguez. Thank you for joining me on another episode of Deep True Crime. Till next time, my friends.